good evening and welcome to the live trading session here as we take a look at NQ, Forex, crypto, and try and see what the markets are trying to tell us through all this war that's taking place at the moment right now in the Middle East. So traders, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. We've got some giveaways this morning as well. We're giving away a 25K funded account sponsored by DNA Funded. And of course, we have got some free opportunities to join us with a sponsor with ACAP brokers as well. Traders, a lot of good news, a lot of good stuff going to release in the next few minutes. Let's go ahead and take a break right after this. All right, traders, well, welcome back. And this is a great opportunity for those that want to get involved in futures trading to go ahead and check out the link here above. On the top left here, take a ride. You can get access to all our trading software trading tools that we use and then what we show here in the show. Also, of course, if you want to get involved as well, we've got a free offer here to be able to get involved with our QR code. There it is there. If you want to get involved in the futures, there is the QR code to get started with our futures live sessions and, of course, automation. We're going to go through that right now this morning. So without further ado, traders, let's take a look and see what's going on with the NQ this morning. I'm going to go to the 2-minute time frame. And I do want to go ahead and let's take a look over here. So let's go firstly, go ahead and open up the futures funded account here. All right, traders. Now, you'll see here is our setup. All right, currently right now, we have no trade setting up right now on NQ. This system, our ATM model, is what we're using right now for a trade. As soon as we get a signal, all right, I have got my automation set, ready to go. Actually, in fact, let me double check on this. There we go. All right, yeah. So I've got my automation set, ready to go. As soon as the signal is set up, we'll have a trade implemented directly into the account. You'll see here, traders, as soon as there is a signal, we'll have a flash right here indicating whether we are buying or selling. Now, the range looks pretty tight. It's only 423 ticks wide. We're looking at this fair value gap here as an option for the market. I'll be honest with you, if I look at the midpoint here, I don't like the fact that the market is going to signal below this midpoint here. I'd prefer to get something a little bit tighter. So I'm actually hoping the market rallies up a little bit and then turns around and heads back down south because this gives us a very low opportunity. Now, traders, just FYI, we've gone through the setups and we've looked at NQ based on our setups right here that out of the 165 trades, we've had 125 successful trades. So we have a high probability that what we're doing will work out and it will go ahead and create an opportunity for us to be able to make profit, pass our valuation, and so forth. So here we go, traders. We're scalping. You see here on my left-hand side, my ATM model set up to chase after 100 ticks. So here it is. There we go. Fired already. There's the sell. Right? There's a sell. There's a signal that the automation has been triggered. Now, if I go to my actual system right here, you can see there we've actually fired the trade already. Oops. Actually went and put me in with more contracts than I wanted. I want to go with one contract, but it is what it is. I'm in at 4 contracts right here. So let's go. And all we're doing is chasing after 100 ticks in the mark right here, which is giving us this area right here. Now, let me just double check here. And I think I forgot to change my risk. Yeah, 300 is not going to work for me. I'm going to have to get out of that some of that trade. So if you look at my if you look over here in my properties, right, I set it up for, let's take a look here at my inputs. I set it up here for 4 contracts right here. I should have actually changed that to 1 contract, but it is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and change it to 1 contract now. And then let's just make sure. Oh, hang on. It's actually here. Here's the automation that's running. So let me change this to 1 contract. So make sure, traders, that you are using the right risk management. This works out. This works out fine. I mean, great, but it was not. It was not the intention to trade with 4 contracts. Just FYI. That is too aggressive, but it is what it is. We're in 4 contracts, and let's see here. All right, good. I want to make sure I got my alerts still set up over there. All right. Now, traders, the whole idea here, the reason why you want to trade with good risk management is because if the trade doesn't work out, you want to be able to trade at least 3 times. All right. So when we set up here in our automation, we want to set it up that we trade it at least 3 times. All right. That seems to be the sweet spot. If you take a look over here, if I change my parameters here to 3 times right here, and I press OK, you see, look at the success here. All right. Okay, actually, let me go double check my settings here. So 3.9. Oh, so I'm going to change that. Oh, here we go. Just change a couple of the settings here. Double check. That's fine there. 1 contract. Okay, perfect. All right, that's fine there. Let me double check this. Yep, that's fine there as well. All right, perfect. All right, so here we go. All right, so out of the last 72, based on the settings, out of the last 72 trades, 58 of those were successful. So it's because of that we want to make sure that we are trading with good equity management. Now, I just want to go ahead and say this again. It was not my intention to trade with 4 contracts, all right? It was actually only supposed to be 1 contract, but there it goes. Starting to move towards my target right here. Now, to pass an evaluation on a different account, make sure that you monitoring your evaluation targets for each entry point, because there's going to be some evaluations that need to pass. Let's say $1,500. You need to make $1,500 to pass your evaluation. So make sure you understand exactly which one it is that you're following. All right, looks like we're almost there. Now, we did close out just below that 50% level. And I could actually also target the outside of the range here if I choose to. And it looks like the market may go to the outside of the range. But at the moment right now, I'm just in with a scalp trade. And traders, this is completely hands-off, right? Completely hands-off. I haven't done anything other than set the parameters in the automation. And the automation is just automatically trading for us right here. Now, we could also go ahead and scale out of our position and then go ahead and take 1 single trade and just ride the single trade if we choose to. All right. I'm going to double check here. I want to see where what's ETH doing. Okay, ETH is dropping a little bit here. So I still expect the market to drop down a little bit further down south here. If I go to my larger time frame here, let's take a look at the larger time frame. Here's the 5 minute. So I've got a nice railway track here on the 5 minute. And that also gives me a little bit of encouragement to continue. I'm watching this fair value gap here. And I see that the 5 minute is holding up at this fair value gap, which is also not the perfect scenario here. But if we break below the fair value gap here on the 5 minute, which closes out in 3 minutes and 20 seconds, then that would definitely drive price back down here. We're probably going to go to the Asian low. Let me see where the Asian low is. Here is the Asian low right here. So I'm going to mark off the Asian low because that could be a target for continuation. Let's mark it off as the Asian low right here. There we go. So price could go and chase after the Asian low. Also, if we're not in a trade, we may also look at another strategy. We look at is the New York high and low, or the New York open high and low, and we'll see how that plays out. Looks like the market's pretty choppy this morning. Yep, pretty choppy. I didn't want to see this pull back so deep here. But let's go ahead and continue. Now, traders, this is the beauty of trading NQ. Number one, it's very quick and it's very very active in the mornings. All right, but also with the automation, with our ATM automation, we could really just set it and forget it. All right, we don't have to pay attention. We can go to other things and pay attention to other things. We can go to the Forex, take a look at Forex and how our Forex automation is working right now, and go into the details of this. So let's do this. Because my automation is set up automatically, I'm not going to sit and live and die by the candle. All right. I can see that the automation has fired the trade on the right time, has implemented, and I've got stops and limits being placed as well. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm really going to go ahead and start paying a little bit more attention to some of the Forex setups. All right. So let's take a look at the Forex setups right here. And let's go to a couple of setups that we currently are riding. So right now, Euro Aussie dollar is a thorn in the side. And then we've got the Aussie New Zealand and then the US dollar JPY. Let's review these and let's see how these are doing right now. So the Euro Aussie dollar, this is the one right here. We've got 10 positions in. And we notice that the market is really range bound at this point in time. All right. We're sitting inside a range. And with the market inside this range, we're going to anticipate price is probably going to go ahead and move now to the top of the range because we had bottom tested. Now the top of the range might be tested. So let's take a look at the chart. And again, not worried about this. Going to let this one ride. We've got about 36 seconds left. And I'd like to see if we can break below that 5-minute fair value gap here. That's the one that I'd really like to see. I don't want to see the market indecision here. I don't want to see that. I want to see a little bit more bearish move here. And because I traded with 4 contracts, I can be a little more sort of conservative on my profit taking. I like this. If this is how the 5 minutes is going to close out, I'm not liking it. Oh, I don't like that. Okay, don't live and die by the candle. Let's move on to the next. Let's move on to Forex. Okay, let's go take a look over here. I'm going to go to the euro, and let's take a look at the Euro Aussie dollar right here. All right, so Euro Aussie dollar. First, you go into the daily time frame, and I notice right here, traders, since we hit the bottom right here on this bearish bias, we are now seeing the markets moving bullish in today's trading. And so the first thing I want to do is I want to look and see where could the market move to that could drive price higher. And I can see here we have a fair value gap. We have an inversion here on this daily, but we also have a fair value gap just above the daily range high. So we could see price probably moving a little more bullish on this. And it could even go as far as about 77 ticks in today's trading, or at least left in today's trading. So we could definitely see the market move up a little bit higher towards this area. Now, let me go ahead and take a look at the 4-hour. And let's see what's going on the 4-hour. Now, the 4-hour creates a little bit of resistance here, right? So between this area and here, this is the part that I don't like as much. So I'll be watching this right here, but you can see we're already at the midpoint and price is respecting that. So by the end of this, by the end of the 4-hour, which will probably be around about, let's see, that opened up at 5. This opened up at 9, so at about 1 o'clock, right? By 1 o'clock, I would like to see price trading above the midpoint of this fair value gap. And if it does, then that means that this high right here is a target at 66.16. Now, if I go to my trade here, I can see that I'm about 86 pips away from my take profit. My take profit area is at 66.52. So even if we do trade above this midpoint and target this area, I might have to go all the way up here to make profit. So traders, it's important for us to break above this fair value gap and take out the high, look for a liquidity run, not a sweep, because if it's a sweep, we'll have to close out early on this one. But if it runs, we're going to look for price to move up to this area, which is where we're going to be looking to take profit. All right. So at the moment right now, not too concerned about our Aussie, Euro Aussie trade setup. Now, traders, just FYI, for those that follow my trade signals, know this, all right? If you take a look over here, even though we've got 10 positions, max trades in, our total risk on the table is only 0.49%. So based on all these entry points, we're only risking 0.49%, right? So it's pretty much 0.5% per trade, all right? If you consider a currency pair as one trade, right? So each entry point is 0.05, and the total risk is 0.45. So which means that we're never going to get to a point where we're going to blow up our trading account just based on one trade. There's never going to be a position where we're going to have 20, 30, 40 positions in. Maximum trades is going to be 10 trades, and not just only maximum trades are going to be 10, but also we're looking at a maximum risk on each currency pair. All right. So very important that you note that. And so, knowing that, okay, it's important to understand that it keeps you alive, so that even if you go through a bad patch of trading, even if the market's a little bit chopped up and you get some bad trading done in a small period, it's really giving the opportunity for the market to settle out, make the sort of the range, because we've got AMD setups, right? Make the range, break out of the range, and then we go ahead and move into the distribution move. It's important, traders, that we have enough equity to ride it out until we get to those points. The problem, if we roll onto one trade with multiple entry points, a lot of traders, now some traders are prepared for that, and they can go ahead and add more funds to the trading account and stay alive in the market. But there's a lot of traders that mismanage their risk, and because they mismanage it, using automation like we do can help them to become better at at risk management and be able to manage your money. We also have a trade replicator that follows these trades. So it's based on these parameters that the trade replicator is actually following. So if anyone connects the trading account to our trade replicator, which means it's hands off, you don't need VPS, you don't need charts, you don't need to understand the markets. All you got to do is connect your account and understand risk, right? And then as you set up the system inside the trade replicator, you want to make sure that it's within the risk parameters that you're willing to take on your trading account, all right? So Euro Aussie dollar looks like it's starting to push a little bit here. Now this could be meaning a little bit of weakness out in the Aussie, which is good. But let's take a look at the US dollar. Let's take a look at US dollar JPY right here. All right, so we've got 6 positions in on the US dollar JPY. Our break-even point here is around about 159.72. Now, here's something that you need to understand. When we enter the trade initially, we follow trend, we follow bias. But when the bias and the trend changes, as you can see right here, bias is bearish, trend is bullish. This means we need to start drawing to the chart and start understanding what's going on in the market. The most important thing is that the bias is bearish. The trend can change inside the bias. That's okay. But the bias is still bearish. So the trade still looks good. Now let's go take a look at the charts and break this down. Now before I do, let's just take a look at our trade right here. All right, looks like our trade's still working out. Hasn't hit the target yet, but it's still working out. All right, good. Remember, it's completely hands off. I'll get as soon as the trade closes, we'll get a signal to let us know that the trade's closed. And that allows me then to focus on analyzing the other pairs as NQ starts playing itself out. Okay. So let's go to the next setup right here, and that is US dollar JPY. Here we go. So in US dollar JPY, once again, traders, here we can see that the bias remains bearish. You can see how the market, even though the market may have shifted to this candle high right here and low, we still have a bearish bias. Now, a lot of people get concerned when the market does something like this. When we have this market sweeping the low and then pulling back quite strongly and expecting now the market's going to go to the top of the range. The great thing about our strategy is because we have max 10 entry points, we cost average with inside that range. And if that range just goes sideways, we're going to make a lot of money. If the market takes off in a direction, but in the direction of the trend, we're going to make a lot of money. If the market goes against the trend and the buy changes, then we would get stopped out at 0.5%, take a small loss, take a beating. But then we're going to convert and change and start trading in the direction of the trend of the buyers. So which means if we have, and this happens a lot, traders, the market goes into 3 phases: accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution. If you get caught up in manipulation, where the market, it's called, let's use a word called inducement. Inducement is basically sort of price moving in a direction, sucking buyers in. Let's say the market's moving bullish, it sucks buyers in to buy. So the smart money is giving you a false breakout in one direction, and once buyers start loading up in that direction, smart money then reverses it and goes back down south. So we have that manipulation, and then we have distribution. That's why I've always said the best time to trade the markets is after manipulation. When you have manipulation, it is the best time to go ahead and enter the markets. All right, traders, we're going to go ahead and give away something this morning. We've got 2 things we're going to give away. Well, actually 3 things. We're giving away 1 25 funded trading account, and then we're also giving away 2 free months access to all our tools, our replicator, our trading software. It's only available today. Today's the 14th of April. If you don't pick it up today, if you don't pick up these coupon codes today, and there's only 2 available, we're giving 2 free. If you go ahead and use the coupon code in the order form, it'll say 0 payment down, and you'll get free access to our systems, our automation, which is our smart entry AI bot. You get free access to our trading software we use for Forex, which is the for futures, which is the ATM model. And of course, you get free access to our live sessions, both Forex and futures live sessions. All right. So we're going to be giving away that. Now, before I do, I want to go ahead and thank our sponsors for this opportunity, and that is ACAP. Let's go ahead and check this out. Now, traders, you're on my right here, or your left or right, but you're on the right. You'll get, here's a sponsored offer here by ACAP. If you're looking for a broker, check out ACAP. If you open up a live trading account with ACAP with $10,000 or more, you'll actually get 12 months free access to our software. 12 months. I'm talking about everything. Live sessions, trading bots, as well as, of course, all the tools we use for trading. So check it out. There's the link over there. I'm going to leave it there for a minute or so. And then, like I said, free access, complete free access to it, to the software, everything I'm showing you this morning. All right, check it out. And they are a great broker to go ahead and partner with. We have partnered with them for over the last 10 years, and we're pretty happy with their company support as well as their services. All right. Traders, all right, let's go ahead and take a look right here. Got a couple of questions. Good morning. You've got a couple of questions. Good morning, Josie. Good morning, Norris. Good morning. Good morning, Edwin. All right. All right, traders, let's go take a look over here as we continue. Let's go take a look at the first giveaway, which is going to be our, let's take a look here, our free funded account. And what I'm going to go ahead and do here is I'm going to post the QR code. Now, before I post the QR code, just want to make sure everyone knows where to go. All right. So here is the link that you need to go to. And let me get that posted up here. Let's see here. All right, here we go. So here's the link right here. Go to this link, trade.dnafunded.com/traders/network/club. Okay, there's the link. Now, while you're going ahead and open that link, let me go ahead and take a look at our NQ trade right now, how that's doing. All right, still busy. All right, I'm going to go to the NQ right here. Let's just take a look at the chart for a minute. So while everyone's getting into that, here's the 5 minute right here. You see how the 5 minute fair value gap is holding? I was worried about that, but I'm looking to see for a price to manipulate below this area here. So this is where our target is, and I'm hoping that we're going to be able to get to that point and just show a little manipulation first before the market rallies. So going to hold on and see how that plays out. All right. Now, is everyone at their website? All right. Now, what I want you to do is here. Go ahead and if you click on the website, I want you to go ahead and click on challenges. All right. I just want to clear up this from last week. All right. Go ahead and click onto challenges. When you click onto challenges, all right, click onto phase 1 and then 25K. Look for the 25K right here. Click onto this right here, 178. When you click onto that, you're going to come to this window. Right here, you can see here it says have a coupon. Click here, enter coupon code. This is where you're going to enter the code. Now, I'm going to enter the code the same time as you to see if this code actually does work. I'm going to give you a hint with the code. It's just to give you an early warning. TNC is the first TNC underscore, TNC underscore, and then the rest of the code is going to come in a minute. Here we go. You guys are ready? Now, remember, once you put the code in, apply the code, and then go make sure that this is already completed because you want to act fast. People are taking this really quickly. Don't need to put your credit card details in, all right? It's zero cost to you. No credit card details are needed. And then if you click over here, you can submit the order. All right. So here's the code. Ready? All right. Down below is the code. And I'm going to go ahead and fill it in myself. See how quickly. And then it's 5. Let's see. MW. IGQ. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply the code here. And it looks like the code's still available. All right. So you can see here, no one's claimed it yet. Traders, move fast. Fill in your details. Get the details filled in. There it is. You can see zero payment there. All right. All you got to do is fill in the information, click confirmation, submit it, and you got $25,000 for trading. All right. You got $25,000 for trading. There it is, as quickly as that. This has been sponsored by DNA Funded. Make sure you check out DNA Funded. Use the link that we've got. And if you use my code, you can actually use my code FX Big Dog. And if you use my code, the FX Big Dog, FX Big Dog code, you will. Oh, there we go. Order filled. Let's see where that's. Okay, there we go. Order filled already. See that? So traders, because the order's filled, I'm going to go here. Go to my summary, and you can see there it is. Closed out with $171.84. Traders, I did absolutely nothing. All I did is let the automation trade for me. All right. Now, here could be another opportunity here on the 5-minute time frame. So I could actually use this. You can see it's already popping up here. See the 5-minute? The 5-minute saying, hey, listen here, dude, we've got a possible trade right here. Now, if I'm going to follow just one time frame, which is the 2-minute, I followed the 2-minute right here, then I'm going to stick to the 2-minute time frame, right? So on the 2-minute time frame, we went ahead and entered into this trade, closed out, took our profit. There it is there, closed out, profit taking, right? So we use the 2-minute time frame. You can see that my automation is running on the 2-minute. If I go to my alert here, you can see there it tells me it's running on the 2-minute time frame there as well. So we're running on the 2-minute. So I'm trading only the 2-minute time frame. But traders, you could go ahead and say, I'm going to trade one trade, be one and done, and not trade after that. All right. You don't have to trade. If I choose to only trade one trade, I can go ahead and deactivate my alerts and not have that even fire anymore. But I'm going to let the system run them. All right. Because I've said that I want to trade 3 times a day, because 3 times a day, traders, out of 73 trades, we've made 59 successful trades. So I'll let my system next trade. We'll get an alert. We can continue with the Forex, and let's go see. Let's see how that works out. All right, let me see if anyone's claimed the I'm going to take the coupon code right here, and I'm going to remove it here. And let me go ahead and put it back in here. So add a coupon code here. Let's see if everyone's claimed it. All right, it's being claimed. All right, see that? The coupon has been claimed. All right, traders, I want to know who got the free funded account. Go ahead and post it. Let me know if you got the free funded account. And we got some more giveaways this morning. All right, we have some more giveaways this morning. Now, traders, I want to go ahead and say that our automation ATM model, we have now coded and put everything together so that we can have this strategy. We have multiple models that we actually teach on. This is just one of the models that we teach on. All right. Josie says, I think it's me. Well, you either know it's you, because if you put the code in and it's gone ahead and processed it for you, then yes, it must be you. Josie, let me know. All right. And it couldn't have happened to a better person. Josie, let me know, because we want to help you get it connected to the jackpot. Go ahead and get it all set up, and we're there to help you, right? So if you've got it, let us know, because we can be able to help you. Now, traders, we got 2 more offers, or these giveaways this morning. 2 more giveaways this morning, which is going to give you full access to all of our software. All of our software, live sessions, everything. We're giving 2 giveaways this morning. All right. So stick around. Now let's go ahead and go into a little more detail with the Forex. All right. So we were going to look at the US dollar JPY. Let's go to the US dollar JPY right here. And let's take a look and see how the US dollar JPY is setting up. All right. Josie says, I got emails. Congratulations. Yep, fantastic. Got emails from DNA. All right, Josie, congratulations. And there we go. Let me see. Let me post it here so you can see. There we go. Josie says, I got emails from DNA. Fantastic. Josie also said right here, yep, I got it. I think it's me. There we go. Fantastic. Congratulations. Congratulations to Josie. All right. Congratulations to Josie. All right, let's go take a look at the US dollar JPY right here. Let me go to the daily time frame first. So traders, it's important as we analyze the markets, right? We have to know whether we are in a trend, all right, or are we sideways. Now, the way our system's built, it doesn't matter if you sideways or trending, the system's going to make money. The only time the system doesn't make money is if the markets move drastically against us. And that's okay. They will take a loss. And we could even cut the losses short. All right. We don't have to hold on to our losses, but we can cut a loss short. But the fact that the bias is bearish makes me want to continue to hold on to a sell position. But let's take a look, see what we've got here. Well, good news. We are selling. US dollar JPY is selling. Although the trend has gone bullish, the bias remains bearish. And if you look over here, you can see that there might be a little bit of a rally. And it makes sense how the market could change the trend, all right, inside this downward candle. But if I was looking to trade, even if it was a single trade, whether it was scalping, it would be bearish right now. So I'm still bearish on the dollar, all right? And in fact, I might even be bearish across the board because of what's going on in the war right now with the Middle East, all right? So right now, I'm going to stay bearish with the dollar on the US dollar JPY. All right, let's take a look at a couple of more pairs. Let's go take a look here. Oh, and we've been trading a little bit of ETH this morning as well. Well, at least a few days. Let's take a look at ETH. I might go ahead and put actually an entry here. Let me see what ETH has got here. Let's go to ETH. Let's take a look at ETH. So we're going to take a look at Ethereum here for a minute. And that tells me that we're probably going to get... I like the fact that we got this indecision candle here. This is the daily time frame. We see this big bullish candle right here. So our bias currently right now might be bullish. Let's take a look over here. So we had a low, and then when did it break out? Let's see here. It broke out right there. So this was my low. Then we had the market go bearish here. Then we broke above here. Oh, yeah, this is my bias. All right, so this is my bias right here. So we're currently sitting in a strong bias right here. And the market has just come back to retest this candle wick right here. See there? So this is rebalancing a little bit of insufficiency here. We had a little bit of it. So this is actually a good sign that price is going to continue to move north, at least towards this top right here. So actually, traders, I'm going to put a buy-in on here. I'm going to buy, actually, before I do, let me just go to the 4-hour quickly. And hang on, this is the 30-minute. All right, so the one thing we can pick up here on the 30-minute here is that the trend is up, all right? And take a look at this U-turn. See right here, look at this big bearish candle right here. So this bearish candle created this insufficiency here on the 30-minute time frame, right there. I'm going to mark it off. And I'm gonna. So this is an inverted fair value gap. So price is trying to look for buy side liquidity up here at the top, and because of this insufficiency here, price did tap into it a couple of times. I expect that there might be a possibility of price to give us a liquidity sweep below this area. So we could get a manipulation move below this, and then turn around and hit back up north. So we could drop back down to around about 2,200. Now, I'm going to go to my system. We do enter 5 trades right here. I'm going to add another 5 here. So I'm going to go with 10 positions here. Max of 10. My risk is 0.05. Now, I'm going to go ahead and enter a buy. Now, you can see here is all my entry points. Now, if some of you are concerned about the big lot sizes that are set up over here, I'm going to maximize my lot size. And I'm going to make sure that I don't trade with more than, I'm going to go with 0.2. All right? 0.2 lot sizes is my maximum lot size that the system will take. I'm going to go ahead and enter that. So this is where my profit taking is going to be. So price is going to push to this area. This is where I'm going to take my profit. But if the market goes against me, I will go ahead and rebalance my pricing. You can see here, where's the stop being placed? Because a lot of people are like, okay, big dog, what's going on here? How much am I risking? My risk on this trade is 0.51%. That's my total risk. All right. So if we go back down here, here's the stop. If you look at the stop loss, the max stop is at 1924. So traders, it means that if the market moves to 1924, I will lose 0.05%. All right, it's okay. So right now we're along with ETH looking for price to move to this area right here, which is 2,247, which can happen in a flash. We all know how fast ETH can move. All right. And also it can dip down right here, pick up a couple of more positions, and then turn around and head back up north. So we definitely will be in a better position once it does move. Now, I've considered a couple of things here. Number one, if price moves against me, am I prepared for that? Yes. If price goes totally against me and my analysis is wrong, do I get taken out with a very low risk? Yes. All right. Number one, can I blow up my account on one trade? Absolutely not. All right. Unless I completely messed up my risk management. But at the moment right now, I'm protected in all areas. All right. Totally protected in all areas. Now, traders, if you're interested in getting involved, all right, here on the top, all right, you will see here on the top, we do have, oh, there you can see ETH is starting to push already. But here on the top left there, you can see there, take a ride. All right. For $97, you can take a ride, get access to all our software. If you want to go ahead and open up a live trading account with ACAP brokers with $10,000 or more, we can give you 12 months free access to all of our software, live sessions, trading bots, all right, for zero cost to you. All you got to do is open up a live trading account with ACAP. There's the link. Sorry, that's not the link. Here's the link right here, right? There's the link right there. Go ahead and use that QR code to get access to 12 months free access. All support, live sessions, trading bots, trade replicators. You got it. It's all yours. All right. Now, for those that are trying to spin their luck this morning on getting access to free services, here we go. Here is our offer that we're going to go ahead and send out to you in just a minute. Before I do, I'm going to go ahead and break down one. And let's go to the Aussie Canadian dollar right here. Sorry, Aussie New Zealand dollar. All right, traders. With Aussie New Zealand dollar closing out, traders, I want to the reason why I came to this pair, I want to show you in our live sessions, I talk about this all the time when I'm trading NQ or even Forex. This is called a railway track. Traders, well, at least I call it that. This is a huge indication that sellers are in the market and are going to push price down to the next liquidity level. All right. Here is buy side. Here is sell side. So buy side, here's sell side, here's buy side. So sell side becomes the draw. So which means traders on the Aussie New Zealand dollar, we should be expecting price to at least target this area right here at 1935. Okay. So we expect a further downside move towards that target over the next few days or weeks. Now, granted, I know that the war is taking place. Gold's been affected by this. Aussie dollar is a commodity pair. It will be affected also by the war and by gold rally or dips. So that brings me to the next subject. What are we doing about gold? How can we trade gold? All right. Well, we're going to go into gold right after this. Let's go ahead and give out the second offer here. Are you guys ready? All right, here it is. We're giving away access here. Here is the code. And by the way, this is not this is getting access to all of our products. Just use the code and I'm giving it away. There it is. There's the code, my friends. End war right there. End war. Give me 1 second, traders. I've got to give love to someone very important here to me. Say hello to everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Say happy trading.
Happy Saturday.
There we go, baby girl. Love you.
Love you.
All right, guys. All right. So hopefully everyone picked up that we got 3 months access to our smart entry AI bot. You get access to. There's a whole bunch of things you're going to get access to. Check out the link. Just use the link up there at the top to go ahead and access the product, and you can get full access for a whole month to our smart entry AI bot, plus our tools, our live sessions, and so forth. All right, traders. With that being said, there's the code there. The code is end war, and you will get access. All right, go ahead and check out the website. The website is TradersNetworkClub.com, and there it is there. All right, traders, let's go take a look. Let's take a quick look at NQ. Let's see if anything's happening here at NQ for a trade. All right, looks like, by the way, you see how NQ is starting to move with the same way as ETH. We placed a trade on ETH. Let's take a look at our trade here on ETH. And we're just about shy from getting to our target right here on ETH. So we're going to close out on that very soon. So, and anyone that's following my trade signals inside the Discord channel, as soon as that trade comes through, it'll be popping up there on your screen. All right. So here's NQ. I just want to go ahead and put out a couple of things here, traders. Not only do we teach about, about trading NQ and how to be able to profit from that, but of course, how to be able to use funded capital to get started. A lot of people don't have the capital to get started. So this is a great way for you to learn the markets, understand the markets, but get involved cheaply. Once you pass your evaluation and you go ahead and get your first payout, Cameron just got another payout this morning. Yesterday on one of his another funded account that he not only passed evaluation but also made money on his funded account and now got a payout on that. So once you get your payout, right, your first payout, my suggestion is take that payout and move that into a live funded account. Build it up. So and as you build it up, even if you blow up that funded account, even if you blow it up, you've got now real money now that you can go ahead and trade. And if you're chasing after, just like this morning, if you're chasing after $100 a day, just think about that. I mean, I'm really going small here. I mean, you can get a funded account up to up to $150,000. All right. But if you start off slow and you get it funded, then you want to move the profits you make from that into a funded a live account. Because while you're going through the funded process, what it's going to teach you and what we teach you is how to be patient, how to be able to wait for the setups, and of course, not be greedy. Take profit on a slow basis. You see, the biggest thing that funded accounts, where traders fail with funded accounts, is they just look at all of these dollar signs, right? They're looking at these dollar signs, and basically what they're saying is, I want to just make all this money. The focus is the money. They're not thinking about the process. You see, in order to be successful in trading, it's not about, you shouldn't be focusing on the money. Now, when it comes to risk and managing your risk, absolutely. But managing your risk is also focused on money, right? Because if traders want to risk more money, that means they want to make more money, all right? If you're risking more, you want to make more. Now, I get that, but the problem is, based on the parameters, you're going to blow up your trading account more often than not, all right, if you're just chasing after the money. Now, I've said it before in the past, I'm okay with someone saying, hey, listen, I want to pass my evaluation in a couple of days. We've had traders in our own session that have passed the evaluation in 2 days. I've passed the evaluation in live market trading in 1 day with a 300K account, all right? So, yeah, I made 20 grand. But the thing is this, to pass the evaluation very quickly is fine, but the issue with that is that you learn bad habits. And what habits are you learning? You've got almost that microwave mindset that everything has to be instant, right? And so when you have your actual live account, you end up having that same sort of mindset, and that ends up blowing up your accounts. But if you've got the mindset that, listen, yeah, this is a process, and I'm learning the process, which means if I have a setup developed, I trade it. But if there's no setup, then there's no trade. And that's why the automation and the why we brought the automation in, because I don't have to think. I don't have to try, I don't have to get greedy. I set the automation in and it automatically trades for me. It places like this morning. This morning's trade happened automatically. I didn't have to do it. It automatically happened without me doing anything, totally free, hands-free, which means it removes the emotions out. It removes when you're sitting there just about to push the buy or sell button, what are you thinking? You know what? This looks good. Let me go ahead and add more contracts. All right. That goes to your mind. Come on. You've been there. Come on. You've been there before. If you're a trader for a few years, you've been there. All right. When you look at a setup, you go, man, this looks good. And you're thinking about, my wife's going to be really happy by the end of the day. If I make this so much money, we can take a trip away to vacate to a certain place. I've got bills coming up. I want to pay those bills. All of these things go through your head just before you want to execute that trade. All right. And so when those things go through your head, what do you end up doing? Increasing your risk, because you think, man, if I could just make this one big trade, if I can just do this one big thing today, this is going to help me this week. It's going to help me this month. And that is a problem. That's why traders, automation. All right. I've been trading over 30 years, and most of my trading now is leaning towards automation. Although I build these things based on the experience that I have and all the technical trading that I've done, I understand technical trading to the extreme. I mean, I've gone through a lot of trading and understand technical analysis. I probably am one of the best technical traders in the world. And I'm not just saying it because I'm the FX big dog, but I'm saying it because I know that, because I've come across a lot of technical traders that absolutely know nothing about the markets and how to technically trade it. The difference here is, traders, if you don't have the experience that I have, you can take what you do know and put that into automation and have automation control your emotions, help you execute, allow you not to be at the computer day in and day out, right? And that's the most important thing right here. Using automation helps you to be able to be hands-free, but also it doesn't take the responsibility away of being responsible, number one. Number two, also doesn't take the responsibility away of being your manager. All right, you've got to be your own manager over your portfolio. And so it's important, traders, that you remain the manager over your portfolio. All right. So remember, automation is great, but it doesn't take away the responsibility. All right. Just want to make sure that's clear. All right, traders, let's go ahead and continue. Let's take a look and see what else. While I'm waiting for NQ to set up for the next trade. So the first trade of the morning has gone ahead and paid out. We're going to wait for the next setup. While we're waiting for the next setup, let's go take a look at our Forex again. And I want to go to, let's just take a look at another pair. And by the way, do you notice ETH has gone ahead and now showing gray? Because we just closed out that trade, right? ETH has closed out. We've gone ahead and profit on ETH. We've made our money on ETH, all right? Where's ETH actually trading at right now? Let's take a look. At 240, 249. So yes, we've gone ahead and paid out. All right, so we made a good trade on ETH this morning. We've made a good trade on NQ this morning. Man, this is a great Friday, isn't it? Happy Friday, everyone. All right, hopefully you guys are taking some lessons here. All right, take a look here. Euro, New Zealand dollar. We currently have 5 positions in on this. Let's take a look at the Euro, New Zealand dollar. And there it is. All right, so we've got 5 positions in on this. We're about 5 ticks away from taking profit on this. Traders, I could actually extend that down a little further. If I think price is going to move down a little bit further, I could go ahead and extend it down further. Now, let me take a look first at the markets. All right, going to Euro, New Zealand dollar, right here. Here is the Euro, New Zealand dollar sitting over here. Okay. Now, if I go to The euro, if I go to the euro, New Zealand dollar right here, and I take a look at this right here on the daily, what do I see here? Traders, I see, by just analyzing the market right here, I see price giving us a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3 down here. Price comes back to retest wave 1. It went slightly deeper because there was a fair value gap sitting over here. But now we have this U-turn here. Traders, we're expecting price to chase after these equal lows down here. So the euro New Zealand dollar should be heading further down south. But now what we're going to do is we go a little more in depth, all right? And the reason why we go a little bit more in depth on this is because now what we're going to be doing is we're now going to be looking for, all right, resistance to sell off. So here I've got a fair value gap sitting over here. All right, I'm going to mark it off as my fair value gap this morning. And I'm going to mark it off as my daily fair value gap. So let's go here, daily fair value gap here. So we know that price is going to look at the market already tapped there and found resistance there. Also, I'm going to make sure my bias is right. What is my bias? All right, so let's take a look over here. So my bias is going to be bearish from here to here and from there to there. So traders, on the euro Aussie dollar, I'm still bearish on this, but what's important here is I go to the 30-minute time frame. Notice how the market comes to the range high and how we manipulate above that range high. And then if I look at the 30-minute time frame, I look for a trade on the 30-minute. Check this out, right? The 30-minute time frame, where did we see a nice expansion move? Let's see here, right here. All right, here it is. So price expands past this area. We come back. We have a 30-minute inversion here, right? This is a 30-minute inversion. I want to show you this because it's important to understand how price moves. So we have a 30-minute inversion. When price does this, all right, it'll eventually come back to retest this. Now, check this out. If I go to a 5-minute time frame, look what it does. All right. It trades down, comes back up. Look there. Here it becomes resistance, goes down, takes out the low. What do we have? We have what we call an irregular flat because price goes down, goes up, takes out the low. This is called manipulation. Then rallies up to this is actually a liquidity sweep right here. And then turns around and heads back down south. And this pattern right here is what we call an irregular flat. This is a great place to start looking to sell the market, all right? You can see here we had some scalps here based on our ATM model here on Forex. By the way, our ATM model can work on Forex. It can work on futures. Although it's built for Forex, we are going to develop the ATM model for Forex based on different types of settings, all right? Our settings will change, but you could also trade the ATM model based on this setting. And actually, it would be used more in the European session. So you can actually connect a trading account and actually trade Forex using the ATM model based off the range that takes place in the European session. All right. Some of you know it as the London breakout trade. All right. But we are going to be developing something for traders to follow. And we can do back testing on that to see how successful it is as well. All right. But here it is here, traders. You can see here, we had a nice little pullback. Market came into this inversion here, turned around and headed back down south right here. So great setup here as it developed here. Now, I want to go ahead and take a look and see what else we've got here. So here on the 4 hour, so go to the 4 hour, take a look right here. You see this? This right here on the 4 hour becomes important because this is now going to be our 4 hour inversion. So which means, traders, if the market's going to invert on the 4 hour, tells me that sell side is the next delivery, all right? or at least the delivery, which is the bottom of the range right here. So we could see if the market closes below this area, the target should be down here at 99.39. So I can go over here and I can go ahead and change. So I can change a couple of things here. I can look for the market. I can either go ahead and increase my take profit right here, or I can go ahead and actually put in a price level here and change the price level, the take profit right here, to exactly that level, right? And that is at 99.41. So I can go here and I can change it to 99.41 right here. All right, so they've gone ahead and used this now. Now I'm using this to take my profit. All right, so there we go, take profit, 99.41 right here. Go ahead and press OK on that. And now we're looking for price to drop down a little further down south. All right, traders, if you want to get involved in everything we do, in the Forex, the futures, trading bots, and all the stuff that we do here in the live session, check out TradersNetworkClub.com. Check it out down below. We've got different types of memberships down there. Also, if you want to take a free ride, here on the top, not a free ride, but if you want to take a trial ride, it's going to cost you $97 here. Take a ride right here. There's the QR code here on the top left there. Check it out. Use the QR code. Take a ride. Try it out for a month, all right? If you don't like it, fair enough. But if it works out for you, you've got our support. We're going to be there with you all the way to the bank. So make sure you check it out, traders. Thank you for the coming into the session today. It was an awesome session. We had a good trade setup. We can go ahead and take a look at NQ last time. See if we've got anything happening here at NQ this morning as we waiting for the setup right here. It looks like NQ is starting to take off. And if that's the case, then traders, we'll be looking for buy opportunities. So we may actually pick up here. You see here, you got a fair bit of gaps in over here. We might pick up another trade if NQ trades below this area here. That means the market might just be in a little bit of a sideways range. So traders, yeah, there could be another setup here developing here pretty soon on NQ. Now, on the 5 minute, check the 5 minute. The 5 minute actually did set up a trade right here. But based on the parameters, we didn't trade the 5. Remember, we said we're only trading one time frame, and that is on the 2 minute right here. So we fixed on the 2 minutes. So here's a trade right here that could be developing pretty soon here if we do trade below this fair value gap. Again, traders, I don't have to. I can go ahead and take a break, drink some coffee, do whatever I want to do. Because if that sets up, my automation is going to automatically put me into the trade and manage the trade for me. I don't have to do that at all. All right, but this is something that could be developing here. Now, what's the great thing is that you can set it up to not only send a text message, to send you a notification here in the trading view, but you'll also get a text message on your phone. So you get a text message on your phone, and you'll get a confirmation here. So if I'm in the bathroom, or if I'm outside the office, I will get a text message letting me know that NQ has gone ahead and placed a trade. And then I can go into my app. I can go into my TradeRNetwork app, and I can go ahead and check out the trade and how it's played out, making sure that my system is doing what it's supposed to be doing. And when it closes out the trade, I'll get a notification as well telling me the trade has closed out as well. So traders, complete hands-free. This is perfect for someone on the go that wants to have to get involved in trading and to be able to understand the markets, and then also to be able to build up a portfolio from funded capital for as little as $30 a month, all right, or $30, all right. For as little as $30, you can get access to all of that stuff, all of those funded capital, and use that to be able to build up your portfolio. Again, if you guys are interested, check out Take a Ride. It's $97. We also got other offers that you can join for $97 just for the future side. But with the $97, Take a Ride for the $97, you get access to everything. You can try the Forex, the futures, the bots, the whole shebang. And then after the first month, then make a decision which direction you want to go with, all right? If you want to do everything, we've got a great deal for you. But if you want to go ahead and focus on just one area, Forex, futures, we've got options for you there as well. All right, traders. Well, once again, traders, thank you very much for coming into the session today. And I want to once again thank our sponsors, DNA Funded, as well as ACAP. Make sure you guys check them out. We have worked with them for a long time. Great broker, great companies to work with, and they've got tight spreads as well. So great stuff to go ahead and check out. So with that being said, traders, this is FX Big Dog signing off.